Welcome to English Box, Easy English with Julia and Tom. If this is your first time here, this channel is all about turning English into a small daily habit. I'm Julia, and I'm really happy you're spending this time with us today.
And I'm Tom. I'm excited to practice real-life English with you in a calm and realistic way. Remember, progress doesn't need to be big. Even small steps count when you take them every day.
Exactly. We speak slowly and clearly so you can listen and practice wherever you are. You might be cooking, walking, or just relaxing before going to sleep.
You can simply listen, or you can speak along with us to build confidence. And if you don't understand every word, that's completely okay. Your brain is still learning in the background.
Our goal is to help you make English feel easy and natural in your daily life. You don't need long study sessions or perfect focus. Sometimes listening or repeating a few simple sentences is already enough.
Right. English is like exercise for your brain. 5 calm minutes every day works much better than one long, painful workout once a month.
Yes, English should feel light and comfortable, not something that makes you feel exhausted. And today's topic is daily routines, because as adults, life often feels like doing the same things again and again.
And the funny thing is, we think tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow always sounds very productive in our head.
Exactly. But routines are actually important, not only for productivity, they also help with mental health and energy.
That's true. When you talk about your daily routine, you use very common English. These are words and sentences people use every day.
Today, you'll hear many useful expressions about mornings, work, meals, rest, and habits. You can use them when talking to friends, coworkers, or even to yourself.
Talking to yourself in English is completely allowed, by the way. It's private practice, and it really works.
Before we start, if you enjoy learning English through natural conversations like this, please like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue creating calm and useful lessons for you.
And if you're already subscribed, welcome back. You're officially part of the Improving Your English Without Stress community.
All right, grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, and feel free to copy any phrase you like. Let's dive into today's topic and talk about daily routines, one simple sentence at a time. Morning routine. Tom, let's start with a very honest question. What time do you usually wake up on weekdays? By weekdays, I mean Monday to Friday, when life suddenly feels more serious.
On weekdays, I usually wake up around 7 a.m. I say usually because sometimes my alarm wins and sometimes I win. What about you, Julia?
I wake up a bit earlier, around 6:30 a.m. I like having some quiet time before the day starts. It helps me feel calmer and more prepared.
So, classic question. What is your daily routine like overall?
Honestly, I don't follow a super strict routine every day. It changes depending on my mood, my energy level, and sometimes how strong my coffee is.
So you listen to your body.
Exactly. I listen to my body, but I don't always obey it. I still try to keep a healthy rhythm so I can balance work, exercise, and personal growth.
That sounds very mature. I'm already feeling a little insecure.
Don't worry, it's not as perfect as it sounds. Let me walk you through a typical weekday. I usually wake up at 6:30, not happily but responsibly.
That's still impressive. What do you do after waking up?
Twice a week, I go swimming. It helps me stay fit and gives me energy, especially on days when my brain is still half asleep.
Impressive. My morning workout is opening my eyes and finding my phone.
That definitely counts as finger exercise. After swimming, I prepare a light breakfast, bread and eggs, some steamed vegetables, or a simple bowl of noodles. Nothing fancy, just enough to wake my body up.
And then you go to work?
Yes, I pack my lunchbox and leave for work. I work from 9 to 6, so my weekdays are quite full, but I try to keep things simple.
Do you wake up easily, or do you need an alarm?
I do need an alarm, but only one. If I stay in bed too long, my motivation disappears very quickly.
I understand that feeling. I need more than one alarm, sometimes three. The first alarm is just to remind me that I exist.
Exactly. That first alarm is not for waking up, it's for accepting reality. But alarms are useful because they create habits. A habit is something you do again and again.
Without an alarm, I might wake up at noon and call it flexible scheduling. So what's the first thing you do after you get up?
The first thing I do is drink some water. It sounds simple, but it helps my body wake up. Then I open the window and take a deep breath.
That sounds very peaceful. The first thing I do is check my phone. I know it's not ideal, but my brain wants information immediately.
That's very common. Many people do that. Even small changes can help, like standing up before scrolling.
I like that idea. So do you have a fixed morning routine, or does it change every day?
I have a loose routine. Loose means flexible, not strict. I do the same main things, but the timing can change.
That makes sense. A routine doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to support your day.
Exactly. I don't want to be a routine robot, but I don't want chaos either. This rhythm works for me, most days.
And honestly, mornings are already challenging enough.
Very true. If you're listening, think about your own morning routine. Even one small habit can change how your day begins. Work routine.
Julia, let's continue with the next part of the day. What do you usually do in the morning before you start work? I mean, after you wake up, but before real responsibilities begin.
After my morning routine, I try to keep things simple. I eat breakfast, check my plan for the day, and prepare mentally. By mentally, I mean telling myself, okay, today we stay calm.
Yes, mental preparation is very important. For me, the morning before work is about getting ready and finding energy. I drink coffee, check messages, and slowly switch my brain from sleep mode to work mode.
That switch is important. If I rush too fast, I feel stressed later. That's why I like a short, calm start before work.
So, do you work from home or do you go somewhere every day?
I usually go to work. That means I have a short commute. Commute means the time you spend traveling from home to work. Mine is not too long, so it helps me feel ready for the day.
That's nice. I work from home most days, so my commute is very short, just walking from my bed to my desk.
That's the shortest commute possible, but working from home still needs structure or the day can feel messy.
Very true. What time does your work usually start?
My work starts at 9 a.m. I try to arrive a little early so I don't feel rushed. Starting calmly helps me focus better. Focus means giving your attention to one thing.
Mine also starts around 9. When I work from home, I still try to start on time where the day becomes too relaxed. Maybe too relaxed.
Yes, relaxed can quickly turn into distracted. How do you usually feel during the first part of the day?
My energy level is medium in the morning. Energy level means how strong or active you feel. I'm not super energetic, but I can work if I take it slow.
That sounds realistic. My energy is higher in the morning, but only for a few hours. That's why I try to do important tasks early.
That's a smart strategy. I save easier tasks for later when my brain feels tired.
And that's the key point. Understanding your own rhythm helps you work or study better.
Exactly. There's no perfect routine, only one that works for you.
So if you're listening, think about your morning work or study habits. Small changes can make your day feel much easier. Midday and afternoon habits.
Julia, let's talk about the middle of the day. What do you usually eat for lunch on a normal workday? I feel like lunch really changes how the afternoon goes.
That's true. For lunch, I usually eat something simple, like rice with vegetables, noodles, or a light meal with soup. I try not to eat too much because heavy food makes me sleepy.
Same here. When I eat too much at lunch, my energy level drops very fast. Energy level means how strong or awake you feel during the day.
Exactly. After lunch, I usually take a short lunch break. A lunch break is a short rest time before going back to work.
What do you do during that break? Do you rest or do you keep checking your phone?
A little of both. I sometimes walk for 5 minutes or just sit quietly and breathe. Short breaks help me reset, which means giving my brain a fresh start.
That sounds healthy. I also try to take a break, even if it's short. If I don't, my brain feels tired, but my body is still sitting there.
Yes, the body is present, but the brain has already left. So, Tom, when do you feel most productive? In the morning or the afternoon?
Definitely in the morning. Productivity means how much useful work you can do. My brain works better before lunch.
I'm similar. In the afternoon, I can still work, but I choose easier tasks. I don't plan difficult thinking when my energy is low.
That's smart. Many people feel tired in the afternoon, especially around 2 or 3 p.m. What do you usually do when that happens?
First, I accept it. Feeling tired is normal. Then I stand up, stretch a little, or drink some water.
I do something similar. Sometimes I change tasks instead of forcing myself to focus. Forcing means pushing too hard even when your brain says no.
Yes, forcing usually makes things worse. Gentle actions work better, like light movement or a short pause.
I also like listening to music during the afternoon. It helps my mood and keeps me going without pressure.
That's a good idea. The afternoon is not about being perfect. It's about managing your energy and staying calm.
Exactly. So if you're listening right now, think about your own midday habits. What you eat, how you rest, and how you react to tiredness all matter.
And remember, small changes during the day can make your whole routine feel easier. You don't need to fight your energy, you can work with it. Evening routine. Tom, let's talk about evenings. After work, what do you usually do first? I feel like that moment decides everything.
Very true. After work, I usually sit down for just 5 minutes. Those 5 minutes often become 30. That's my after work transition time.
Yes, the famous 5 minutes. For me, after work, I like to change clothes and wash my face first. It helps my brain understand that work time is finished.
That's smart. It's like telling your brain, you can relax now. Do you usually exercise in the evening or do you prefer rest?
It depends on my energy level, which means how strong or tired I feel. Some evenings I do light exercise, like stretching or walking. Other days, my exercise is walking to the sofa.
I know that kind of workout. I prefer light movement too because heavy exercise makes me feel too awake later. Evening is more for unwinding, which means slowly letting go of stress.
Exactly. Unwinding is important after a long day. How about family or friends? Do you usually spend time with them in the evening?
Yes, but in simple ways. Sometimes we eat dinner together or chat about our day. We don't do anything special, but it still feels good.
I agree. Spending time doesn't need big plans. For me, a short talk or sharing a meal is enough to feel connected.
That balance really matters. So what helps you relax the most at night?
Quiet activities help me relax. I like listening to music or watching something light. Light means easy and not stressful for the brain.
Same here. If I watch something too exciting, my brain thinks it's still daytime. Then sleep says, no thank you.
Very honest, evening habits really affect how we feel the next day.
Yes, and they don't need to be perfect. A calm evening helps your body and mind recover.
Exactly. If you're listening, think about your own evening routine. Even one small habit can help you relax more.
And remember, resting is not being lazy. It's part of a healthy daily routine.
Well said. A good evening helps create a better tomorrow. Night routine.
Julia, let's move to the end of the day. What do you usually do before bed? By that I mean the last things you do before sleeping.
Before bed, I try to slow everything down. I usually wash my face, prepare things for the next day, and do something quiet like reading or stretching. These small habits help my brain understand that the day is ending.
That sounds very healthy. I also try to slow down, but sometimes my brain doesn't get the message. I tell myself, just one more video, and suddenly it's very late.
Yes, that happens to many people. That's why having a night routine is helpful. A routine means something you do again and again, so your body starts to expect sleep.
Speaking of sleep, what time do you usually go to sleep? Be honest, this is a safe space.
I usually go to sleep around midnight. I know it's not very early, but it works for me most days. The key is getting enough rest, not just sleeping early.
That makes sense. I usually go to sleep around 11:30, but sometimes later if my day feels unfinished. My brain likes to continue thinking when it should be resting.
Many people feel that way. That's why reflection is useful. Reflection means looking back at your day and noticing what went well, even small things.
I like that idea. Before sleeping, I often think about my day and ask myself, was today okay? That helps me relax a little more.
That's a great habit. Now, let's talk about phones. Do you use your phone or watch videos before sleeping?
Yes, I do. I usually watch short videos to relax, but sometimes they wake my brain up instead. It's relaxing at first, then suddenly I'm too alert.
Exactly. Phones can help us relax, but they can also make sleep harder. A small change, like stopping 5 minutes earlier, can already help.
Good point. So here's the big question. Do you think your daily routine is healthy, or do you want to change something?
I think my routine is mostly healthy, but I want to sleep a little earlier. Wanting to change doesn't mean failing. It just means growing.
I agree. My routine is okay, but I want to use my phone less at night. Small changes feel more realistic than big promises.
Exactly. Your routine doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to support your life and your energy.
So, if you're listening, think about your night routine. One small habit before bed can change how tomorrow feels.
Yes, end your day gently, and your next day will often start better too.
Wow, Julia, we've really walked through a full day together. From waking up in the morning to slowing down at night. We talked about work, study, energy levels, and how evenings help us relax and reset.
Yes, and more importantly, we saw that daily routines don't need to be perfect to be helpful. Small habits, flexible plans, and simple choices can already make a big difference.
We also practiced many useful words and phrases you can use in real life. Things like routine, focus, unwind, energy level, and before bed.
And when you practice talking about your own day in English, speaking becomes more natural. Instead of memorizing sentences, you're speaking about your own life.
So here's a gentle challenge for you. Say or write one sentence about your daily routine today.
For example, I usually relax in the evening. Or, I want to change my night routine. One sentence is more than enough.
If you feel comfortable, write your sentence in the comments. We read them, and they really help you build confidence.
You can also explore more videos on this channel for common real-life topics, work, habits, feelings, conversations, and everyday English you can actually use.
If this episode helped you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
It supports us and helps us keep creating more calm, practical English lessons for you.
And feel free to share it with a friend who's learning English too. Learning is easier when you don't do it alone.
Thanks for spending this time with us today.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and make English your daily habit. See you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode.